What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. We're actually at West Sydney Dragway doing a little bit of testing on the car. So today I plan to test the Motec launch control, which I'm going to do actually in the car park. And all I'm checking is the settings that Croydon Racing Developments have input into the Motec for me to see what the various RPM levels are. Then what I'll be doing is putting the car on the track and checking the 100 to 200 times. I'm not actually expecting huge improvements in my 100 to 200 because today I don't actually have E85. I had a little bit of 98 RON left in the petrol tank. So as a result, I've actually got E67, which means I'm actually down on power. And hopefully you can see there that I've got E68. There you go. So I'm actually down on power compared to the last time I was out. I don't know how much of a difference that is, but we'll see how we go anyway. It's just a little bit of testing. You can see I've got all the cameras rigged up. So I'm going to have my iPhone there with the Draggy, which you can see over there. And then I've got the GoPro Max, which I'll use to record the dash. And then I've got another GoPro over there, which will be the front view. So basically, as part of the testing, other than the launch control, the 100 to 200, I'm actually just going to get a feel for the car and how it goes with the Motec and with the actual traction control that has been set up for the Motec. So I'm not actually looking for any times or anything like that. Basically just doing a bit of testing, gathering data for when we really turn this thing up. So what we'll do now is I'm actually going to put the car into launch mode. So first of all, I'm going to turn the VDC off, put this in comfort, put this in R mode. Then on the Motec keypad, I'm going to press race mode, and then I believe this is the initial for the launch. So I'll put that, and then what we'll do is we'll check what the RPM level is set up for this particular launch mode, which should be launch mode 1. So I'll put the camera out the back so you can hear it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're in the car and we're just testing the launch control modes. So again, the Motec launch has been set up, so let's give it a crack and see what the RPM levels are. So the first launch mode, which we'll do now, I'll first put it in the most low power mode because we're just testing now. So we'll go first launch mode. I'm just going to see what RPM level that's been set up as. So that's been set up as just over 2.5. So launch mode 2, see how that goes. And again, I'm just testing it in the car park. I'm not actually going to do it on the drag strip. So we'll see how we go. Launch mode 2. That was just under 3,000 RPM. So I think about 2,900 or something like that. Launch mode 3. Now this one in testing seemed to go pretty high before it stabilized, and it was building quite a bit of boost. So I'm curious to see how it's going to work out here, and hopefully I don't blow anything, fingers crossed, but we'll see how this one goes. And again, I'm just testing, just trying it out, and just trying to see what sort of RPM levels Croydon Racing Developments have set up for me, so that when the time comes to really turn this car up, I can actually launch and I know which RPMs to use while I'm launching. So launch mode 3, here we go. That was actually 29, so maybe launch mode 2 was 2750 and launch mode 1 might have been 2600. So this is launch mode 4, which we'll try now and see how we go. I'll wait for this. There's a car passing in front of me. Obviously don't want to accidentally launch into a car, so you know, we'll give this a crack now. All right, that was 3,000. And there's launch mode 5 and 6, and there seems to be a 7 as well, but we won't try those today. We'll give the car a bit of a rest and let it cool down, because I'm sure it's getting warm already. So park brake back on, put the car into park. I'll let it cool down a little bit, but yeah. Okay, and that's it for testing out the Motec launch control. Once the engine is fully rebuilt, we've got the bigger turbos, we can test it out properly and see how we go. Again, I'm trying to save the motor because, well, who wants a blown motor? So we won't put too much pressure on it today. And like I said before, we're at West Sydney Dragway, and basically we're just testing out the 100 to 200, some of the traction, to see how that goes, and get a feel of the car with the new Motec system installed. So anyway, thanks for watching guys, really appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.